stars your man's Kevin Spacey and Tucker Carlson release bizarre Christmas videos slamming 2024 election and House of Cards. Kevin says, Netflix exists because of me. Yep, Kevin Spacey has reignited his Christmas Eve tradition of posting a bizarre video of himself as his House of Cards character Frank Underwood. This year, Spacey sat down for an interview with Tucker Carlson, where the two discussed Netflix and the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Every time a person pulls up the Netflix app, you're there in some way. Have you seen this? Carlson asked, playing the next Netflix ta-dum intro sound. Yes, you know what that is, Spacey said, then pounded his fist on the table like Underwood does in House of Cards. Boom, boom. So it is bizarre they decided to publicly cut ties with me on allegations alone, allegations that have now been proven false. Because I don't think there's any question Netflix exists because of me. I put them on the map and they tried to put me in the ground. Oh, Kevin, you do know that House of Cards was a book in the UK by Michael Dobbs first. It was about the Prime Minister and, the House of Parliament. That was before it was a TV series in the UK. And guess what? There were a whole bunch of black actresses in lead roles. When the American version was made with Kevin Spacey, those black women roles disappeared. Like the morning dew in the hot sun of the day. Just evaporated. House of Cards was one of Netflix's most popular shows when it launched in 2013 as one of its first original streaming series. Spacey played power-hungry U.S. President Frank Underwood until season 6, when he was fired after facing sexual misconduct allegations. He denied the allegations, and in 2022 he was found not liable in a sexual battery lawsuit in New York. In 2023, Spacey was cleared of sexual assault charges in a UK trial. Spacey remained in character as Underwood for the duration of the 7-minute interview with Carlson, even suggesting in character that he would run for president. Oh, that's just what we need. We got you know who, and then we have Miss Lady, who who refers to as Bird Brain, who doesn't seem to remember the role that slavery played in the Civil War. That's right, the Civil War. Kevin Spacey says, I guess as Frank Underwood, quote, I think we could both agree that we need to get some adults back in the room. So if that means taking on the chief executive role, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for this nation, Spacey said. Our country needs to stop apologizing and stiffen up. We have so many people running with so many different issues like gun control, but let's be honest, more people are killed by online trolls every day. What? Carlson asked him what he thought of the 2024 election candidates who have already dropped out of the race. It's a little bit like jumping in the jacuzzi with a boner. Spacey responded, you know it ain't gonna last forever. So I wasn't surprised when Mike, a little too pensive, dropped out right away, unquote. As for the candidates still running, Spacey said, I like Vivek Drain the Ramaswamy, and Nikki Haley is tough. She's no doubt learned a thing or two from watching me. But I think in the end, we need someone in the White House who's not afraid like me." Unquote. Not afraid to push our country or our journalists in the right direction if it comes to that. Spacey continued referencing a scene in House of Cards where Underwood pushes journalist Zoe Barnes, played by Kate Mara, in front of a train before she had the chance to expose his wrongdoing. In the UK version, it was the rooftop of the House of Commons, and the great actor Ian Richardson is chit-chatting with his paramour, Maddie Storin, and she had a little nickname for him. It turns out to be the same nickname that T.D. Jakes asked some young men to call him. And when she confronts him, he decides, Francis Urquhart is the name of the character in the UK version. Frank Underwood is the American version. But Francis Urquhart picks her up and does the unthinkable. And it's just, it's so cinematic. It's so good. So good. And the American version is great. It's just different. Where did the black women's roles go? Kevin Spacey / Frank Underwood. Carlson also questioned Spacey about when he's getting back to work, to which Spacey replied, "I've been getting back to work the moment we started talking, Tucker." "Does that mean this is like an episode, or is it real?" Tucker asked. "It's probably a little of both," Spacey said. "I mean, Tucker, what's true and what's false? What's life and what's art? What's real? What's performance? I love it when these things intersect because then it gets interesting." Spacey's strange tradition began in 2018 when he released his first video after facing several allegations of smexual, essay, yes, which soon derailed his career in Hollywood. Amid the accusations, Spacey posted the video titled "Let Me Be Frank" in the guise of Underwood, who was unalived in the 6th and final season of the Netflix series, speaking directly to the camera as Underwood did on House of Cards. Spacey eerily referenced both the essay allegations against him and Underwood's unaliving. Now again, it's Richard III. Speaking directly to the audience is a trope from the Shakespearean stage. Then, the UK version, Ian Richardson was brilliant. You may know him as the butler in Baps. He worked with Halle Berry and the young woman who, I think she recently passed away, the other girl that played a Bap in that movie. And I was so shook to see him in that role, but he was, he crossed the pond and come over here and get it in. Brilliant. Shakespearean stage actor. Brilliant. So much body of work, but his Francis Urquhart is so epic. If you're jonesing for more House of Cards, watch the UK version. There's 3 different miniseries, and they are all delicious top to bottom. And what will you see? Black women acting they behinds off, looking so beautiful. It's epic. But yet Kevin Spacey and his little friends made a decision to get rid of all of them. Me no likey.